Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we are diving deep into SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Our initial report was published on our website on Tuesday, the 17th of June, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and get a free price prediction and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a hold accumulate, assigning it a score of -0.45. Now let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced natural fluctuations, achieving a gain of 1.08%. This equates to an average return of 0.07% per day, since it was classified as hold accumulate. The exchange-traded fund resides in the upper part of a wide and strong rising trend in the short term. This typically presents an excellent selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back toward the lower part of the trend can be anticipated. A breakout above the top trend line at $606.81 will initially suggest a stronger rate of increase. The current 3-month trend indicates a potential change of approximately 11.83% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging between 2.07% and 13.57%. In terms of the longer term, our 12-month analysis points to a projected change of 4.61%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary between -12.15% and 8.86% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $524.92 and $650.48. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline, Weaker Technical Forecast for SPDR S&P 500 as ETF downgraded to hold accumulate. The price of the SPDR S&P 500 ETF decreased by 0.85% on the last trading day, which was Tuesday, the 17th of June, 2025. The price fell from $602.68 to $597.53. During that day, the ETF fluctuated 0.84%, ranging from a low of $596.76 to a high of $601.75. Over this period, the price has shown some volatility, with a gain of 0.24% over the last 2 weeks. Trading volume increased on the last day by 3 million shares, despite the declining prices, which may signal an early warning. The risk appears to be slightly elevated for the upcoming days. In total, 81 million shares were exchanged, amounting to approximately $48.62 billion. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF reached $613.23. While the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price sits at 2.56%, or $15.70, below the 52-week high of $613.23, which is also the all-time high for the ETF. The S&P 500 ETF, known as SPY, is currently experiencing a notable rally, up 1.1% today, fueled by a blend of positive market sentiment and hopes for stability in the Middle East. This rebound follows recent declines driven by geopolitical uncertainty. The overall market is seeing broad-based gains, with the Nasdaq leading at 1.5%, buoyed by a particularly strong performance in the technology sector. Investor optimism is reinforced by Goldman Sachs promoting a "there is no alternative" strategy, suggesting that equities remain appealing amidst limited options in fixed income, particularly in a low interest rate environment. This could lead to increased inflows into SPY, supporting its price in the near term. However, retail sales data has raised concerns, showing a decline of 0.9%, which is lower than anticipated and suggests underlying economic weaknesses. This mixed signal could temper long-term investor confidence in the broader market and may lead to reevaluations of stock valuations, including those within the SPY ETF. Moreover, the upcoming Federal Reserve meeting adds another layer of uncertainty, as the market awaits indications of potential interest rate cuts in response to recent cooling inflation. Analysts anticipate that, while rates may remain stable for now, any shift could significantly affect market dynamics. In summary, while SPY is riding the wave of short-term optimism, challenges such as weaker retail performance and pending Federal Reserve decisions could create volatility ahead, impacting its long-term trajectory. The following signals have been identified for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds a sell signal from the short-term moving average. At the same time, however, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is above the long-term average, there is a general buy signal in the ETF, providing a positive forecast. If further gains occur, the ETF will encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $600.73. Conversely, if it declines, the ETF will find support from the long-term average at approximately $584.62. A breakout above the short-term average will trigger a buy signal, while a breakdown below the long-term average will trigger a sell signal. Some negative signals have also emerged, which may influence short-term developments. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Thursday, June 12, 2025, and so far it has dropped by 1.03%. Further declines are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Additionally, there is currently a sell signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Yesterday, volume increased alongside falling prices. This could serve as an early warning, suggesting that the ETF should be monitored more closely. Here are some additional signals you might find intriguing. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, sell signal. Pivots, sell signal 4 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal 6 days ago. Short-term moving average, sell signal 4 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 38 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages indicates a buy signal 34 days ago. When we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, buy signal 39 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 27 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages shows a buy signal 16 days ago. To discover more signals, remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. On the downside, the ETF finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $548.62 and $505.28. There is an inherent risk when an ETF is testing a support level, as breaking this level may lead to a decline to the next support level. In this instance, SPDR S&P 500 finds support just below today's threshold at $548.62. If this level fails, the subsequent support from accumulated volume will be at $505.28 and $504.38. Generally, the ETF exhibits very controlled movements, and due to its good liquidity, the risk is regarded as quite low. Over the last day, the ETF fluctuated by $4.99 between its high and low, which is approximately 0.84%. Over the past week, the ETF has experienced a daily average volatility of 0.709%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at $601.36. If you do not currently own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those who already hold the ETF, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF faces its first support level at $548.62. If this support level remains intact, it might present a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $578.83, reflecting a decrease of 3.13%. This exchange-traded fund experiences very low daily movements, resulting in minimal risk. A sell signal was indicated from a pivot top identified 3 days ago. Is SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? SPDR S&P 500 is showing several negative signals, which positions it as a potential sell candidate. However, Considering the possibility of a turnaround, it may also be viewed as a hold candidate, meaning you might want to hold or accumulate at this point while we wait for further developments. Due to certain minor weaknesses in the technical outlook, we have revised our assessment of this ETF from a buy recommendation to a hold or accumulate suggestion since our last evaluation. After reviewing the volatility and movements from the previous trading day, our analysis indicates that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Wednesday, June 18th, we anticipate that SPDR S&P 500 ETF will open higher by $1.15, starting the day at $598.68. We remind you that trading involves a significant risk of losing money, and it is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any purchases or sales of securities. Your investment decisions should not rely solely on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day from all of us here at Stock Invest.